Welcome back to another light novel Tuesday. We are reading My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. Chapter 1. My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me. Painting the red light district reader, my friend's sister got her foot up our asses. When I came home from school and went to my bedroom, the first thing I saw was a pair of thighs. There was a familiar girl lying stomach first on my bed, kicking her feet to the beat. She helped herself to the new volume of boys' manga from my bookshelf, and it looked like she was having a whale of a time reading it. This girl was Kohinita Iroha. She was the first year at my high school. I was the second year. Her hair was a bright golden color. The way it fluffed up, as well as the headphones around her neck, made her look like an emperor penguin. Her short-sleeved uniform and short skirt looked like they kept her cool in the humid heat of an early summer. Without her socks, the line of her long, slender, pale legs was unobstructed from view. She was the epitome of a high school girl, without the piercing or embellishments that would make her stand out as long as a belonging to a particular structure. Fill your asses to the brizzen, then you're on the floor, but that underwear of yours is to die for. She was the kind of girl who could charm anyone just by smiling at them. And that blessed girl who preyed innocently on those tragic boys was now taking over my bed, like she owned the place. If she was just sitting there quietly, maybe I wouldn't have minded so much. Don't care if you're a virgin. Just know that's my sister. Turn that crappy rap music down right now. I can practically see the bass. I pulled the stereo cord from the socket before she had the chance to do it herself. The room fell into total silence, and the girl on the bed suddenly turned around as though she'd only just noticed I was there. "Oh, hi, senpai! You could have knocked, you know." Knock? To go in my own room? Anyway, you can't put your own music on so loud. Are those headphones just for show or something? Iroha grinned at me. You really want to know what they're there for? You gotta get on my route first to find out. Meaning you gotta pick me out of all the other girls out there. I guess I could tell you if you're that into me, though. Truth is, these headphones, I don't give a crap. Oh, you're heartless. Iroha stuck her tongue out at me. She's such a pest. She was always like this, like she was constantly high. Adrenaline, well, maybe endorphins, bombarded me the moment I thought about trying to kick the pest out of here. She flapped her gums before I could say a word. Come on, senpai. You know I'll probably be in here when you get home, so at least knock. What if I was changing, huh? Or is that what you want? Help! Somebody call the cops! I've cornered a perv! Sure, call the cops. I'd love to tell them how about you broke into my room. So, we're taking this to court now, huh? Iroha narrowed her eyes and smiled smugly as I pulled my smartphone out of my pants pocket. She always got like this when she sniffed any hint of challenge. The desire to defeat me and assert dominance in any way she could was an inherent part of this creature's nature. I didn't break into here anyhow. Iroha rolled over on her back, her assets giving a small bounce as they did so. The top 3 buttons of her worn blouse were undone, giving me a glimpse of the round breasts which threatened to spill out. I had to look away as she taunted me with her feminine body. Iroha let out a whistle and narrowed her eyes like a cat about to pounce. She started to fiddle with the silver key that sat between her ample breasts and hung from her neck by a leather cord. It was a duplicate key to my place. See? Having the key means I didn't break in, and you can't deny it. It doesn't mean you can come and go as you please. Where the hell did you get that anyway? Come on! You know you like it. I know you're dying to dive in and sniff my scent right off the sheets as soon as I'm gone. No way. I'm not going to risk any of your scent hanging around my room. I grabbed a bottle of air freshener and sprayed it at her. She squealed. Hey! At least warn me before you spray that junk on me. There's plenty left in the bottle, so if you don't want to end up smelling, I squirted the bottle, cotton fresh, then get the hell out. That's not fair. Iroha rolled off the bed as I continued to spray her. She glared at me, giving me the dirtiest look she could muster. That's how you're going to treat your little sister? No, because you're not my little sister. I'm your best friend's sister, which practically makes me your sister as well. No thanks, I'd rather we stay strangers. What if the 2 of you get married? then I'd be your sister for real. Iroha paused thoughtfully. Actually, that'd be a pretty good ship, no matter who was the top. Hold it. I'm a living, breathing human, and I have feelings, okay? Keep that kind of thinking to fictional characters. She crossed the line with that one, so I felt it was only right to scold her for it. She really needed to find some sort of filter for her brain. Kohinata Iroha was just any old schoolmate of mine. As she said herself, she was my friend's younger sister. In junior high school, I ended up living in an apartment next to Kohinata Ozuma. We quickly became friends, but I soon learned that Iroha came as part of that package. The key she had now was actually the key I'd given to Azuma. While he lived with his mom and sister, I lived alone, which meant I was doomed to die if I had a sudden heart attack or something. So, just in case something happened, I had entrusted a spare key to my esteemed best friend. This is a grave abuse of my trust, I grumbled. Ha ha ha, this is hilarious. Come on, get madder. You're so cute when you get mad, Aki-senpai. Do I look like I'm laughing? Iroha was rubbing the key up and down between her breasts. That key, that symbol of my friendship, and now she was doing something so indecent with it. I began to grind my teeth. I could practically feel the veins popping out of my head and the absolute audacity of this brat. Just then, I felt a vibration against my thigh. I pulled out my smartphone and saw a familiar name on the screen. This is important. Get out, I warned Iroha. Don't worry, I'll be quiet. She gave a hearty salute. You better. I kept a careful eye on Iroha and answered the phone. Hello, this is Oboshi. Hi, been a while, Akitaru-kun. Sup? Hello, Tuscanomari-san. Come on now, no need to be formal. Kind of hurts, you know. He had the sort of voice perfect for picking up women in a seedy bar, but he spoke like an innocent child. This mismatched man was Tuscanomari Makoto. He was my uncle, but also the CEO. I wanted to stay in his good graces, if only the opportunities he might be able to get me. He sometimes called to see how I was doing in my place of my parents, who were working overseas. Lately, though, we'd been discussing something else. Are you calling me about what I think you are? I asked. I am, he replied. I thought about it. You did? You basically want to join my company. Fresh out of school, zero experience, and without taking the company exam. Did you really think that would fly? Well, maybe not. So it's a no. I didn't say that. I'll give you a shot, with a couple of conditions. You're my cute little nephew, after all. I'd give you the shirt off my back. The head of HR is a cold-blooded career woman. Without my shirt, maybe she'd crack, and I'd have a chance with her, huh? It's not acceptable to walk around shirtless anymore, you know? My uncle dwarfed. I'm serious. Though I was grateful for his offer, at least I'd just be a pain if he got fired before I had a chance with the company. Tusnomi Meiko, a man with a suave voice and a smart mustache, assuming the selfie he had taken with his phone was still accurate. He was also the president and CEO of a large-scale entertainment enterprise. Honey Place Works. It wasn't just successful in Japan, but it held its own worldwide against other global companies. And here he was telling me about his plans to grow sexual harassment. Anyway, to think you're already using the connections like this at your age, you've sure come a long way. I just figured it was the best way to achieve my goals, not to mention the fastest. Just remember, if you fall behind, I'm kicking you out. That's fine, but I won't make you regret your decision. I like your attitude. I could practically hear my uncle's grin through the phone. Remember I mentioned some conditions, though? I held my breath. I'd known this was coming after all. There's no such thing as a free lunch in this society. Where there are both efficient and inefficient methods to get where you want, there's no getting away from having to pay a suitable price. This was a world-famous enterprise I was dealing with. I couldn't imagine how expensive the toll must be. Now, for my first condition, you don't have a girlfriend, right, Akuni-kun? A pause. Huh? Was all I managed at the end. Why did you hesitate? Don't tell me. I bet you got more action than a visual novel protagonist. No, I don't. I don't even talk to girls. It was at that moment that I saw a light bulb go off in Arona's head in the mirror. This wasn't good. I glared at her telepathically, sending her a message to get lost immediately. It only seemed to encourage her, though. Her lips curled as she began to giggle. Senpai, let go of me. Is someone with you? Came my uncle's voice through the phone. I think I'm sensing the sickening scent of a young couple and their icky-wicky love. I got a cat. A cat? Great. What kind? Damn it. I didn't know anything about cats. Though judging through my uncle's question, he did. It didn't look like I could bluff my way out of this one. And if I kept quiet, he'd known something was up. Should I tell him about Arona? No, anything but that. If anyone looked in and saw Arona speaking so sweetly while pressing up against my back, they'd probably think she was my girlfriend. Sometimes in life, the most likely explanation isn't the correct one. But even then, I didn't think my uncle would believe me if I insisted we weren't an item. Hey, senpai, Arona whispered in my ear. If this guy finds out you're with a girl, you're going to be in trouble, right? Yes, I breathed back. So shut the hell up. Her lip curled like the mischievous cat I was pretending she was. She was clearly enjoying this. This super naughty feeling reminds me of the NTR, she giggled. You're too young to know what that is. But I do. It was in your search history. You mean you've been through my phone? Akaru-kun? My rage was cut short by my uncle's voice. I screamed. The cat is scratching up my phone, I wailed. Quit it, come on. Sounds like you've got a pretty violent kitty. You've got to discipline them, you know. Trust me, I would love to discipline this cat bitch. What was the female cat called anyway? Iroa's soft breasts and arms pushed up against me. Her sweet scent tickled my nose. Annoyingly, she was just as calm as ever, and I couldn't say the same about me. Oh? Irona purred. Who exactly do you think is going to be disciplining who? Oh, you're so cute when you get all flustered for my teasing. It gets me so excited, like I'm touching you on a jam-packed train. Well, I'm not excited, so stop touching me and get off. My future depends on this. Excited? Touching? Tusk-Inamoni-san said. Don't tell me you're... I'm not, I said. Excited Munchkin. Munchkin it's a Munchkin cat. Thank God I remembered that a Munchkin was kind of a cat and not just one of those tiny people from the Wizard of Oz. Oh, a Munchkin! Those were very curious and playful. Man, I could just stare at them for days. This one's a pain in the butt. I'm sure it's not. It's just ended up with a Tuscanade as its owner. Make sure you look after it, okay? I'll take good care of it. I let out an awkward laugh. Oh, I've just been called to a meeting, but I'm glad to hear you don't have a girlfriend. I did it. He totally bought my cat story. Not that Arona is my girlfriend. Although I'm not convinced just yet. This was one of the first conditions, after all. I'll tell you the others when I get a chance, so bear with me for a bit. Okay, thanks for calling. By the way, I know you're busy. Don't mention it. Anything for my dear nephew and daughter. This is nothing. Wait, whoa? Adios. Beep. He hung up. The last thing he said to me was definitely out of place. Well, whatever. At this rate, I'll be making my debut at Honey Place Works soon. No, wait. It's too early to be getting ahead of myself. The moment Irona realized the phone call was over, she flopped down on the bed and was at my manga again. It didn't surprise me at the latest. Her flirtatious attitude just now had nothing to do with any interest in me. She just wanted to mess with me, and since she was my friend's sister, she probably felt like she could get away with it. According to Azuma, he hadn't seen her like this with anyone else. With the key to my place, she came and went as she pleased. My friend's sister, Kohenita Aroa, for some reason, had it in for me only. She was also the greatest threat to me getting a place at my uncle's company. I couldn't let her walk all over me anymore. It was time to set some boundaries. Senpai, Aroa whined, I'm thirsty. There's tomato juice on the second shelf in the fridge. It's rich and has no calories. Yes, you're kind as always, Senpai. I love you so much. Aroa hopped off the bed and out of the room. I sighed as I watched her leave. I suppose setting boundaries could always wait until tomorrow. I really could be too careless sometimes. I hadn't noticed the smirk on Aroa's lips as she left me behind in the bedroom. And that's what happened. You really do like Aroa, right? I mean, you had juice ready for her. I have it because I like it. Just 'cause it happens to be her favorite too? Nah, you know what it is. It's 'cause you like the main character. The heck does that mean? If I told you things were nearly as fun... whatever, please. Just call and tell her not to barge into my place anymore. You're her brother. Sure, I'll tell her. And with that, that is chapter 1. So I also apologize if I get the names wrong or I can't pronounce them just yet. It's going to take a little bit of time. Anyway, what did you think about this one? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this sort of content, hit the like button, hit subscribe, as well as that cheeky notification bell, and I shall talk to you later.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。